Hello, I'm here with Erlinga Rolanda. He is a professor of educational psychology. And today we're talking about bullying. And now I think we should focus on what you call the whole approach. The Zero program is a whole approach of bullying. And earlier on you mentioned a proverb. What was that again?
I mentioned an African beautiful proverb saying that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a whole village to raise a child.
And that's about the whole approach. So what does that really mean?
It means that every pupil will recognize if all the adults at school, the whole organization, cooperate on preventing and stopping bullying. And that is really a principle of the Zero program. That is a way to work for a school. That's the Zero program. So that is a whole school approach. We should work together to prevent and stop bullying.
And consistency is a key word here.
Yes, it isn't good if the pupils see inconsistency in the way teachers behave, for example. One teacher tolerate that and another teacher tolerate another thing. That is not consistency. Consistency is really that the whole village is acting in the same way in these key issues, the same values, the same way to support the pupils and to control it and stop bullying, for example. That is consistency.
And it's about attitudes, the attitudes.
It is about attitudes, and it is also about the behavior of the head teacher, the teachers, and the whole organization. So it's both attitudes, values, and behavior.
Mm. So if you experience something in the classroom, you should recognize the same feeling in the schoolyard, for instance.
Yes, it is difficult for pupils if they see different norms and rules in the classroom. And out in the schoolyard there will be other rules. That is very confusing. So in principle, it should be the same rules and norms within the classroom and in the schoolyard.
So that is, in a way, what consistency means.
Yes.
Right.
They can recognize the values and norms all over the school.
And continuity is another important
That is another
word.
important key to reduce bullying. Many schools start with an anti-bullying program, for example Zero or another program, and do a very good job in the beginning, so they will maybe forget it. Other important issues come up, for example from the government or the local authorities and so on, and then they will start on another project. And that is not continuity. Continuity is that anti-bullying work should continue year after year.
So it's about patience.
Yes.
And so how do you organize this? They must be organized in groups and...
Yes, it is difficult to have good anti-bullying work over time if it is not good organized. And the head teachers should be the leader of this work also. The head teacher is the leader of the school and also the leader of this anti-bullying work. We recommend, and it is a part of the Zero program, that there should be a resource group or a project group helping the head teacher with this. Maybe 2 or 3 good teachers. We recommend that a couple of parents are included in this group, and really also a couple of pupils. That doesn't mean that the pupils and the parents take part in all this work, in all meetings and so on, but that they are part of the organization, part of this group.
Any other groups that should be involved? I mean, like among the teachers, for instance?
Yes.
Should they work together?
The teachers should also be organized in anti-bullying work. Often a school are really organized in teams. The teachers are organized in teams.
Ja, men ikke når jeg kom.
Nej.
Så er det samme her som går igjen.
Nej. Så kan dere si hva forstår dere om det ordet som står der?
For example, one team can be the teachers working with the youngest pupils and so on. And that is a perfect organization for also discussing anti-bullying work. In addition to that, the pupils board should be involved and have particular activities, responsibilities. And the parents board. That is a way to include all parties at the school in this work, so it really will be a whole school approach.
Right, so it's teamwork.
It is teamwork.
Different teams.
Yes, working together.
Ta ansvar mot mobbing, være aktivt og følge med, slå ned på uønsket atferd og kontakt skolen hvis dere vet og ser at det er noe sånt som skjer, og dere får høre om det med en gang.
What about investigations, surveys and stuff like that? How does that work? How do you investigate?
One element in the ZERO program is to conduct an investigation among the pupils, a pen and paper investigation questionnaire that each pupil answer before the ZERO program is started. That is a baseline to see what is the level of bullying at this school. And then that should be repeated in exactly the same way, for example, 1 year after that. And then it is very interesting to see if there has been a reduction in bullying, and we can also see if that has been among the younger pupils, the elder one, and so on. So it is a way to supervise the activity, to see if it is effective, and also to do something in particular class levels or classes if the development is not as good as we want it to be. It is also very fine to inform the parents about how it is developing.
And finally, you recommend an action plan. What exactly is this?
That is simply,
case?
an action plan is simply a document that the school works out according to a standard, a disposition that we have made. But they work it out in the way they will have it at this school. saying how to prevent bullying, how to stop it, something about the investigation, the organization, and so on. So if you have that document in your hands, you can really see how it is organized and the procedures to prevent and stop bullying. Everyone at the school should be part in working out that, so they know it well, and also the head teacher and resource group should remind everyone on this action plan, so it is not forgotten. The parents should be informed. It can be placed on the internet, for example, so everyone has access to it. And it can also be developed year by year.
Do you play a role? I mean, I've heard something about seminars, that you could have seminars for the schools as well.
Yes, it is important that everyone, the whole staff at the school, is informed about what bullying is, etc. And therefore, we have some seminars for the whole staff, informing them about the definition of bullying, different forms of bullying, the mechanisms, how to prevent and how to stop, how to cooperate with the parents, and so on. So the Zero program is not built on the principle that there should be one or two experts that takes hand of everything related to anti-bullying work. Everyone at the school should be competent in doing that. Certainly there will be key people there, but the whole school approach is that everyone is competent and dedicated, and therefore the seminars are conducted.
It sounds like a very good idea, the Zero project. Are you happy with it so far?
Yes, we are very happy with it, and we have seen that if we do investigations on a large number of schools that have conducted this program, there will be a reduction of bullies and victims of around 30%. We could have wished 100% reduction. That is not realistic, but we are very, very happy with a 30% down. Some schools will not succeed, unfortunately. We have examples of several schools that have had a reduction of 50, 60, 70%, and that is really, really much. So we think that the program is very good, but it depends much on how it is implemented at the school. So the medicine is good. It is about taking it.
It's good to hear. Well, it's been very nice talking to you. So wish you all the best with the Zero program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.